Hello and welcome to a game again for StarLadder Season 4. No Tidehunter taking it up against Lion's Pride. And I know for a lot of you people Lion's Pride is a fairly unknown team, but they are doing very well in StarLadder this season so far. Take a look at this. Lion's Pride is at the same amount of points as Fnatic, Mousesports and Navi. Yes, they have played 9 games rather than 7 or 8, but they are still doing very well for themselves and are actually higher placed right now than No Tidehunter. They have the same amount of games played, but have lost 1 game more than L Pride has. So we're gonna see if L Pride with this game can go up to 21 points to join Versus Pro at the top, or if No Tidehunter is gonna be also getting 18 points together with a lot of the other teams, but No Tidehunter then getting it with 10 games rather than with the, of course, 8 or 9. As you can see, that has a lot of influence on those points and how you should read this. But this is the standings for StarLadder Season 4 so far. By the way, if you're wondering, like, okay, you know what, there's 10 teams here. I thought there were more teams in StarLadder. Yes, there are. You are correct. There are in total 16 teams. Though right now you can count it as 15, as of course Fubar and Evo, both teams that were in StarLadder, have merged and have taken over the points of Evo. So it is now basically 15 teams, but each team has to play 15 games in total. And we see that there are still a lot of games to be played for the teams. Well, as you can see that, but I was talking about the amount of teams there, because I didn't list the top 6, basically because it didn't fit, and also because it's not that important. We want to know which 4 teams are gonna go to Ukraine, to the Cyber Arena, but I'm gonna drop this box away right now because we are in our draft, and we're gonna just talk about that right now, as we have got a ban out for the Magnus, and for the Wisp it's gonna be the Sven and the wow. And the Batrider being banned out for these 2 teams, as No Tidehunter managed to get their hands on the Bounty Hunter once again. This time pick up a Templar Assassin with it. Templar Assassin, who just made it through the draft, previous game, through the brands and picks, the first one, and also he still got picked up in the second pick phase, but now already picked up a second pick by No Tidehunter. Lion's Pride managed to get their hands up on Undying, who was of course banned out in most of the games, to be fair. So that is going to be their first pickup as they're thinking about their next one. Do they want to go for some strong dual lane combination, or rather go for something that just already counters a Templar Assassin in the mid lane, like a Queen of Pain or something like that? Just otherwise it might be countered out, might be banned out otherwise. But they are taking into their bonus time. Okay, we're gonna see push, and they pick up the Faceless Void at that. So teamfight and hard carry. Faceless Void being picked up very early actually already. But Undying and Keeper of Light, a combination that we have seen more often, but not that often, because normally one of the 2 is banned. And even if yeah, normally one of the 2 is banned, so I mean, it's a combination that we see, that we know that is scary. It's gonna be Tombstones, Illuminates, and that's gonna be towers going down very fast, and there's really not that much you can do against. So No Tidehunter, they have to go for some anti-push right now, probably, or do they want to go for some teamfight? Will they pick up the Tidehunter? That's right, you can now pick up they could pick up the Tidehunter as to have some teamfight potential, and also to have something like, okay, you can push our towers, but if you do, we'll have a Ravage waiting for you. Basically that. So that is going to be maybe a potential pickup for No Tidehunter as they're thinking about what they want to do. I mean, they have got 2 solo lanes sorted. There is still potential for an Enigma also having teamfight with that, and having Eidolons even. It's going to be up to them. Do they want to go for jungle hero already? Do they want to show something about the potential tri/dual lane that they want to pick up? It is all possible. As well, they're ticking into the bonus time quite heavily actually. Only 40 seconds left. How are they gonna counter this? Maybe we'll see, well, we're seeing a Jakiro, so that basically doesn't give anything away. Because Jakiro is a hero that is strong on dual lanes, strong on tri lanes, so basically an all-round hero. The only thing that they're giving away is that they're gonna have still at least 2 heroes to be picked up, basically. And we're gonna see some ban outs. They're gonna be a lone druid still being banned out by Lion's Pride, interestingly enough, because the Bounty Hunter of course is already picked up, and the Bounty Hunter is one of the heroes that of course Admiral Bulldog plays. So I'm not sure if there would have been a lone druid regardless being picked up, but they banned it out regardless. So that's gonna be the one that's no longer there. We're gonna have a Queen of Pain being banned out. I mentioned her earlier because she is a decent counter against a Templar Assassin, but No Tidehunter, they know that too, and they don't want to be facing her. They want Templar Assassin to be having a good mid lane. And of course, if you combine Templar Assassin and a Bounty Hunter, Templar Assassin, one of those heroes who is probably gonna be going around to gank people when she's level 7, if she has a good mid lane, of course. That's supposed to be there. But also, Bounty Hunter, also, when he is level 6, he wants to go around and get kills. So if you can then make all the kills that the Templar Assassin does track kills, that's gonna be a big thing going off, going for the way of Tidehunter. So that's a nice combination to have. We're gonna have Lion's Pride thinking about their next ban. They're gonna go into their bonus time for that as well. Which combinations do they not want to face? Maybe they're gonna go for a Shadow Demon Steel, perhaps, or at least ban him out. They ban out the Rubik first, so they're expecting indeed a trial lane coming off from no Tidehunter. And the ban out the Rubik is going to be the one that they don't want to have. Of course, Rubik able to steal everything, and it's very annoying. I mean, if you just look at the lineup, stealing Illuminate is annoying, stealing Tombstone is annoying, stealing Decay is annoying, stealing the Time Walk is annoying, stealing the Chronosphere, everything basically is annoying if you're going to give it to your opponent's team. We're going to have the Darkseer being banned out now. Darkseer, actually, wow, I almost forgot about that hero. Normally a hero that is picked up very early on or banned out, but he did not get banned nor picked, and because he normally gets banned out, I just kind of wrote him off. Interestingly enough, he gets banned out, second ban phase. I mean, still Alliance Pride need to go still for their solo lane potentially. I mean, if you look at the lineup right now for Alliance Pride, they can have an aggressive tri lane with an Undying Keeper of Light faces Void. It is possible. They can have an Undying solo lane, also possible. They can have an Undying Keeper of Light dual lane and then a Faces Void and something else dual lane. So there's a lot of possibilities. So if they're gonna go for a solo lane, still a solo long lane, is of course remains to be seen. But we're gonna see still the Darkseer, of course, and one long lane to be banned out. We're gonna have an Enigma banned out as well, and it was the Chaos Knight that got banned out last. Of course, a hero that's also nice together with the Jakiro. If you don't have a Sven, then the Chaos Knight is a nice, well, replacement for that one. Brewmaster gets picked up as the first pick for El Pride, a hero that also when level 6, I mean, is going to be having a lot of impact with his ultimate. So if you look at the lineup right now, Faces Void gets level 6, he has his Chronosphere. Brewmaster with his split, also level 6. I mean, they can go for a 5-man push fairly early, I would imagine. I mean, Faces Void, yes, he needs farm and stuff, you know, but if there is Illuminate to go through the Chronosphere, that's going to be having a lot of influence already, even without the Faces Form being farmed up. There's a chance, still being picked up by no Tidehunter, so that's going to be Aki's hero to play, as we will see him doing that in the jungle, which means that we're going to have a dual lane with a Jakiro being there. No Tidehunter, their pick's a bit more straightforward than El Pride's ones right now, especially with the Brewmaster being there. El Pride now taking up their last hero. Let's see what they're going to go for. They still have a lot of time left, though. They have 1 minute in their bonus time. They have 10 seconds left in their normal time. And if they want to, they could use it all to discuss how no Tidehunter is going to lane it, even though that's kind of pretty much self-explanatory. Or how they are going to run their thing, how aggressive they're going to be playing it, and how much they are going to be forcing the issue upon no Tidehunter. And, I mean, what they really need right now is still either... Well, we have seen Brewmaster mid before, so maybe that's going to be the pickup. But other than that, I mean, actually, I'm not even going to say anything about that. There's just so many options for El Pride to lane this right now, that in theory it could be anything. And now that they know that no Tidehunter has a jungle hero, they might want one as well. They do pick up a Lifestealer, which in theory could potentially be a jungle hero. I'm not so sure though. Lifestealer and Faces Void in the same team is something that you don't see every day. You do of course have the Time Walk, and if Lifestealer's in that, that's a nice bomb for sure. Brewmaster bomb as well, if you can blink in, split, infest over. Yeah, that's also pretty damaging. So El Pride having a lot of teamfight there, to no Tidehunter not having that much teamfight, and they can't really pick up any more teamfight right now. They need a carry, because they're up against a against a team with 2 carries, and I mean, okay, you have got 2 lineups. Normally, when you have a late game carry, you have a game that's built around that. You have a game that is just, I mean, basically farming and making sure you can turtle slightly until your carries are good enough. But Lion's Pride's lineup actually looks fairly aggressive with the Undying and the Keeper of Light being there, and no Tidehunter. If they run into a 5-on-5 team fight, we saw the problem they had in the previous game, if you were watching that as well, versus Virtus Pro.
5 seconds remaining.
That's not going to be in their favor.
Phantom Assassin.
And that will be a Phantom Assassin. Personally, I like her. She's a nice hero. She can definitely be a hard carry, but she has to also be a bit lucky. Like, you have to have crits, and we've seen it before. We've seen people that aren't lucky, and that's gonna be very painful. And we'll see if Loda is one of those lucky peoples, or if he's gonna be really sad this game. Well, we'll see soon enough, hopefully. As we're waiting for everybody to pick up their hero. We're already switching overlays so that you can see the entire map, not just half of it. Of course, it's ideal that you see the entire map. And then we're waiting for No Tide Hunter to pick up all their heroes. We already have S4 already picking up the hero. Edmund Bulldog, I mean, it's no real surprise who's picking up their heroes right now. It will depend on if No Tide Hunter is going to have Aki playing the Chen or Eternal Envy playing the Chen. Could both be possible. We of course know no Aki for playing the Chen more than we know Eternal Envy, but they both play it, I believe. And it is indeed Aki playing it, so we will see Loda playing the Phantom Assassin for No Tide Hunter on the Dire side. Eternal Envy is going to be playing the Jakiro as support role at Admiral Bulldog on his secondary signature hero, I should say, on his Bounty Hunter. Aki on his signature Chen for sure. And S4 on the Templar Assassin, who's going to be going towards the mid lane. And we're jumping ourselves over to the Radiant side while El Pride is getting ready for battle. We have Android playing the Keeper of the Light. It's going to be Massacre playing the Lifestealer. I like this. Massacre means basically bloodbath, and if you think about Lifestealer, he has open wounds and infest. I mean, that's definitely a bloodbathy hero, so I like that. It's going to be Da playing the Brewmaster, which means that he's going to be going to the mid lane, because he's normally the hero that does that. And he also already goes for a fast bottle, so it has got 300 gold already still left from his starting gold, so we'll have that. And it's going to be Xakor playing the Undying on the top lane. It's going to be, of course, supporting in this case the Lifestealer, who's going to be then an aggressive tri-lane indeed. And we're going to have the last one. It's going to be the bottom lane. It's going to be Stalk, who's going to be here by himself by the looks of it on his Faceless Void. Should be okay, but I do think they are expecting a Bounty Hunter to be bottom, in which case Lifestealer would be fine. But it looks like No Tide Hunter is going to be trying to run a semi-aggressive tri-lane with Aki in the Radiant jungle. And Ice Path there from Eternal Envy, and of course the Phantom Assassin there as well. So we'll see how that's going to work out for them. We're gonna, yeah, 2 aggressive tri-lanes. I mean, aggressive tri-lanes are fun, but if they're aggressive tri-lanes, they're gonna be against the safe lane. I'm not sure how that's gonna work out. I'm not sure how safe this safe lane is, though. I mean, yes, he has an escape mechanism. That's all fine. There's not that much that No Tide Hunter can do to shut them down. I mean, there's a slow, there's an Ice Path, which can definitely help out. And if it depends on what Shen picks up, there might be another hero that they can have, as Aki is gonna pick up a Wildskin, or could be picking up a Wildskin. Apparently he doesn't want a Wildskin. He's going to check out his possibilities. It's going to be a Dark Troll. This is a good one to have. This is a web. This is going to be the start of aggressiveness versus Faceless Void for sure. As he's going to continue farming the jungle with that. Of course, also able to get the Skeleton Warriors with that to help tank the creeps. But we'll see how it works out, as we have the aggressive tri-lane from El Pride not having the aggression that they want to have. They're going to try to go for S4. S4 who doesn't have a refraction again. And here comes also the support coming from the side. Illuminate being built up. S4 gonna not take damage from that one. Now realizes that he's locked in, so he has to play it very safe. He cannot go too far away from his tower, as he's gonna juke the creep wave, try to, well, take the creep wave with him actually, leaving one creep wave to go past him, so he can take the experience from this jungle regardless. But look at the, I mean, look at this. He only has 1 tango left. Now the refraction is up there again, and now the bottle comes, but oh, Android is well aware of that. He knows that the bottle should be coming right now, and there it is. And here comes the courier, and that is 1 right click to go. Android, can he get it? Bam! Oh, upgrade! Upgrade just in time. Courier survives. Bottle goes S4. Wow, what a clutch play for that courier. He must be a really happy donkey right there. As Android's going to be sad with that one. He actually took quite a bit of damage for the tower for that one as well, and has to back off again, eating his tangos as he goes. As, wow, yeah, fun times in the mid lane for sure. Down in the meantime, 5 for 3 on the last hits, S4 being on 3 for 3. Fairly even for now. We're going to see how it works out. I mean, it looks like Android's going to stick around in this mid lane. He has sentry wards in case S4 is going to hide himself in a meld, if they can go for him, as we have got Stalk being very ballsy here, knowing that he has got that time walk. But there is, of course, also the Chen here, and he actually is being held right now with Undying rotating bottom, who now sees the Chen as well, so we will see Stark being a bit more careful, as we see the Lifestealer being left alone in the top lane, so the aggressive tri-lane for Pride being swapped around towards the bottom lane by the looks of it, and that's going to be the end of that, as Lifestealer will have an okay time farming against Bulldog. I mean, he can eat eat creeps, I was gonna say, but he can lifesteal to make sure that the Janata harassment that Bulldog can do is not really gonna make that big of a difference. So he should be fine, as Bulldog should be fine as well, unless Massacre is gonna get some central wards there. But this is gonna be the most interesting lane, the bottom lane, tri-lane versus tri-lane. Unless, of course, the middle lane is gonna do something stupid, which they shouldn't do, because in theory both of these should not die. But it's gonna be the bottom lane that should be having the first blood, and that's why we're hanging around here, as we have got actually taking a lot of damage. Refraction is on there, and I should be fine. Gonna be a dangerous situation for both teams on this bottom lane. Of course, I mean, I said it already. There's not that much heroes that can shut down stuff on no title. That they need that Chen, and Chen actually deciding, okay, you know what, having a tri-lane next to me is a bit too risky. If they decide to go in the jungle, they could go for that. And Snare in the meantime up on the Brewmaster. They want to go for it. There's already melt damage done. This is just right clicks to be done as well. This might be turning into a kill. Refraction on the 6-second cooldown. S4 now being forced away from that one. Will be forced to pop his refraction. Dodges one tower hit and will be backing off. No first blood done here, as we have got, of course, also the bottom lane now in favor of Pride for sure, as the Chen is going to rotate towards his own jungle to get creeps there. And Brewmaster, actually no more regen for him, but the Courier is bringing the bottle again shortly. As it was the Templar Assassin that actually also went back to base to fill up her bottle, so that's that. And of course, I mean, there's no lockdowns at all for Pride on this bottom lane. You have to get either lucky bashes or just gonna be playing defensively otherwise. So, in a way, both teams have to really monopolize the other person's mistakes. And that's basically the state of the game. And there's the bottle again, even a salve, so he will help have that to help him out. And the bottle charge is being used as well, some more mana up on him. As for also, I mean, this lane is basically even once again. Let's look at the last hit, see if that's even. Actually, no, that's not. Templar Assassin, double the amount of last hits as Dada has. There's 9 now on the Brewmaster, and there's 16 on the Templar Assassin. You say, you know, you can't count 9 times 2 is 18, but there were 8 before, so that was double the amount. So that is that. As we have got Jakiro trying to look for something, sentry ward being placed there. They know it's there. They will probably do something about it soon, as Eternal Envy just flies away from that one. It's going to be locked inside. They're locked or triangled here also, and they're going to go for it. Stalk needs bashes. Where's the bashes? Where's the bashes? There's the ice pad. Locks in Stalk as well. Dual breath. Not going to be there. There's a slow. There's a dual breath still, but Illuminate will force both of these back again, as they cannot go in it, not on that low HP, and it looks like, I mean, the Jakiro, no more regen up on him, and no more regen up on the Phantom Assassin either after the salve that she's using now, so the Jakiro will be forced back there, as we have, again, middle lane is going to be the one that I'm jumping back to, because, well, just because I can, basically. We have no bottle again in the Brewmaster. He's sending it back. He's being definitely not in favor of this lane right now, with the Templar Assassin being level 6. Brewmaster also level 6, but no mana up on him, so no ultimate for him. As we might be trying to see him use that ultimate to try and get a kill, but he cannot do it by himself, I think. He needs some help, and maybe therefore we're going to see one of Pride rotating mid at some point. Exclamation marks comes out as the 6-minute mark is almost reached, and the reason I say that is because at that time the wards will disappear, apart from that one, but the wards will disappear. At least this one's there. We go.
Radiant's middle tower,
so that is like the perfect time to try and go for a gank, as there's a new ward instantly being placed by the Brewmaster. He knows that it's the perfect time to gank, and as does Templar Assassin, who is gonna be lucky in getting the regen rune here, and is gonna continue on towards the bottom lane. Let's see if she can do something here. She's by herself though, because the rest is all gone down to the top lane, as we have a trap going off. There's still level 5 on the Faceless Void. Melt damage going through, and there's Lucky Bash, and now he has to get away because he's outnumbered and he knows it. But yeah, in case you're wondering, where did the Phantom Assassin go to? He went top to try and stop the Lifestealer from farming, and to get some more farm for himself. He's of course having a easier time to farm here than he had on that bottom lane, and then it's gone back toward the safe solo lanes, as we actually have the Jakiro now in the mid lane by himself. They want him to get some higher levels, so they leave the Templar Assassin on the bottom lane by himself. He is of course just fine, especially with the levels that he has ahead of the opponents. As soon as the Faceless Void reaches level 6, that might be a bit different, as we have the first blood. It is Jakiro actually who was trying to get that experience in the mid lane, and it's the Brewmaster that gets that. Track still goes off on Massacre, but that's not gonna be doing anything anymore. Bounty Hunter being there too slow, and it is that gets actually the money for the first blood. So even with the Templar Assassin now gone, he is getting the advantage now in the game, as we have got the Chronosphere being up, Illuminate going down, S4 being dropped down. That's a level 6 on the Faceless Void, and it is S4 that pays for that one. 2 kills being done in a short period of time by El Pride in the mid lane, on the bottom lane. And that's definitely far from ideal, especially if they now... I mean, I just said that the Brewmaster got the advantage on the middle lane. Now definitely with having the Templar Assassin being picked off, and that is not gonna be good for No Tidehunter, as they have to just try to capitalize on their levels, and they weren't able to do that. TP in again from S4 towards the middle lane to continue farming there. See if he can force out the ultimate from Dada perhaps, as it still hasn't been used. As Aki has now gathered an army, he's going to try to go for some pushes, but we already have the Illuminate going through. Keeper of the Light as well as Lifestealer hanging around here, trying to go for some counter push, as we have got Dada finding S4. They're fighting over a trap, but Brewmaster was able to pick up the trap. There's the track going off. The Illusion Rune does not help that much. Melt damage going through. The slow is still there though from the collapse. Shuriken toss going through, and that's going to be a split just in time. Can he get a stun off? Yes, he can. Refraction was just in time, though, and that's not going to be a go anymore. No Tidehunter not able to get their kill, and Brewmaster is going to be going back to base, because he's very, very low. And, yeah, they don't want to be going on that anymore. I don't really blame them. Faceless Void now being left to his devices. He's going to be farming freely on his bottom lane. He's going to be on 34 for 14 gold, for 14 last hits right now. It's doing quite nice, actually. If you compare it to the Templar Assassin, who is 39 for 7 now that she has freeform as well. It's doing very nice. The main thing, though, about this lineup, of course, I mean, Lifestealer as well as Faceless Void, 2 very hard carries, are both on the side of El Pride, as we're gonna have Lifestealer being locked inside this there. Rage is trying to get away from that one. Track going off there. Ice Bat gonna lock in Dada, who doesn't have an ultimate anymore. Dual Breath going through, and then is Massacre being picked up there. No, he jumps inside a creep. He gets some more HP. Open move to slow down S4. Track going off again, but they cannot chase it. And now S4 trying to get away. Tombstone though is gonna slow him down. And Exacto that picks up the kill. Now actually on the way out, Illuminate to go through. Ice Bat doesn't slow down Dada. There is a collapse going down. Doesn't hit on Chen. The track will make Aki a bit more fast. There is another slow though coming off from the Drunken Haze, and that will make sure that it is Aki that will be able to get away. Now Xako in a lot of trouble. Bulldog level 7 track is up, and he doesn't chase anymore, knowing that he would not be in favor, especially not with the Keeper of Light still around there. And again, no kills for No Tidehunter, but they set it up so perfectly. But the tower was there, so there were TPs. In the meantime, Keeper of Light still going to be picked up, and that's actually the Bounty Hunter doing the job. Shuriken toss got the last hit, and the track kill that was. That is the first kill going for No Tidehunter, and Admiral Bulldog the one to pick it up.
Middle tower is under attack.
And of course, Lifestealer, I cannot believe he actually stayed alive there with this infest just in time. And that's, yeah, I mean, a good fight still for El Pride. So far, though, no towers going down just yet, interestingly enough. We are going to switch to net worth, because that's going to be the most important thing there. So, I said earlier, there's two hard carries up on El Pride. The thing about having 2 hard carries is, I mean, yes, both of them need time, both of them need farm, but also, you can basically only shut down one. Because you need more than just the normal heroes to try and shut them down. If you want to try and shut down Faceless Void, you cannot do it just by yourself. You need more. You're going to be up against a Chronosphere and maybe some TPs in from your team, so you need a bit more resources to take him down, actually. Same thing goes for a Lifestealer, a very tanky hero, of course. So also, for him, same thing goes. I mean, it's either him that's going to be shut down or Lifestealer, or at least the Faceless Void. That's what you would expect. So far, though, none being shut down at all, because I mean, Brewmaster has been going around also to at least be there when someone got harassed. And now with his ultimate off cooldown again, he might be trying to go for a kill once again. Perhaps lands a haze upon the Templar Assassin, and he has some assistance here from the Keeper of the Light. But it will be the Templar Assassin that is going back already. Is that all the... yeah, I was gonna say, is that all the gold that she has? But she does pick up the face boot, so she'll have that, and she'll be a bit more in her element with those. So of course she still wants to go for a blink dagger, because with that she is actually able to do what she wants to do, which is jumping around the map, trying to get kill with help of Admiral Bulldog to get all the kills to be track kills. Because that's the thing when you have a Bounty Hunter, you want to go for track kills. But there's basically only one kill, which is still, it was a track kill. It was Bounty Hunter that picks him up, but that picked up the kill. But it is still something that it's not ideal that you'd only have one kill in a game with a bounty hunter, that is for sure. As we have got Faces Void now on the bottom lane by himself still, being pretty ballsy, especially since he knows, like, okay, you know what, I can escape. I've got a Chronosphere, I'm fine. And he's actually going to TP here because S4 is overextending. Trying to run away with that haste rune. Can he do it though? The time walk could be there still to try and catch him. There's the invisibility rune also used. They still see him though, and now they don't anymore, so now he should be fine. And a blind Chronosphere is not really something that Stark wants to do. Of course, he would be able to still see S4 if he lands it properly, but you know, and that's just not worth it, as we have got Brewmaster being forced back here in the mid lane by Admiral Bulldog, as well as by Loda, who's around here on the Phantom Assassin. Phantom Assassin, who has also got face boots, and there's actually no Tidehunter gathering up in this middle lane. They've got 4 heroes here. They want to take down this Brewmaster if they can get it. Also, S4 still, of course, standing here. Now has his invisibility rune run out, and he will be going towards the bottom lane by the looks of it, and he'll be helped out by Aki, as well as by Admiral Bulldog. Maybe they're going to try to go for Roshan instead. The thing that I said during the previous game, something about Templar Assassin, able to go for Roshan very early. And that's of course because mild damage, removing some of the armor from Roshan. So they'll be getting that. It does look like El Pride knows that that's going on though. They have of course got the ward here, so they saw some people moving there. Illuminate to go through. They will still continue to go at it. Roshan already almost going down. It will drop before El Pride can do something about it. Trap hits. They're too slow to go in, and that's Templar Assassin picking up the Aegis. And they will try to go in. S4. His Aegis feels like he's making him invincible. Melt damage going through. There's the sword though, keeping him up. Loda taking a lot of damage there. Chronosphere hits on S4 and on Eternal Envy. Illuminate to go through. Eternal Envy will drop TP out from S4. Should be able to do so. No. There is a tornado from the Brewmaster from the low ground. And they are going to try to take him down. Here it comes down again. And that's going to be time walking up the high ground. S4 will drop once. Will he drop another time? He cannot blink just yet. He cannot do anything. He doesn't have a TP because it's on cooldown. All he can do is try to stay alive, try to do as much damage to Salk as he can, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that. Not with those missed chances from the Drunken Haze. And Brewmaster actually kill-stealing that one with the clap. And Salk just continuing to farm creeps in the jungle while he's here anyway. But that is 2 kills going the way of El Pride once more, as no Tidehunter not able to hold their own. And they're up against, El Pride, no, they're not at Thor Open. I was just thinking by myself, no Tidehunter is of course going to go to the Thor Open coming weekend in Stockholm. But El Pride is not going to be the team that they're going to face there. Neither is Virtus Pro, by the way, the team that they were up against as the Virtus Pro. I mean, they did want an invite, but they don't have passport issues, so also that's no real prediction for Thor Open to come. Sorry, that was a bit of a sidetrack of my brain right there. Happens sometimes, as yeah, you know, that's how my brains work. My brain, I only have one, unfortunately. Anyway, game. We have Armlet being built up by Lifestealer. He has got a lot of gold. He's got 1500 gold already, and he should have his Armlet fairly soon. As we have them a bit of a stalemate. I mean, so far, El Pride. I mean, the previous fight was basically, in a way, forced by no Tidehunter. I mean, for sure. I mean, S4 just ran up the hill and tried to win for a fight. Tried to win for a 3-on-1, forcing his team to follow him through as well. But yeah, that is a fight forced by no Tidehunter, won by El Pride. So no Tidehunter will probably not have as much aggression right now as they had early. Open wounds upon Admiral Bulldog. Sentry Ward is there as well. He cannot go invisible. Yeah, well, he can, but he will still be seen. Now he can be invisible again, and he will back off with that. Not even going invisible, but El Pride knows that he would be able to do that, so they just back off as well. Now Armlet indeed up on the Lifestealer. So he'll have that so far, though. Only 1 tower going down in the game, and this is the bottom tier 1 tower on no Tidehunter going down, as we have a haste rune up on Da, who has a haste rune. Indeed, is getting Ice Path there, and should be still staying alive. He doesn't get the double damage rune though. It goes to Admiral Bulldog, who also has a bottle. He's finished up his Vladimir's, going towards the bottom lane, decides to go for Xako. Not by himself though. He's gonna be helped from the front. There is Loda as well as Aki coming up. They want to try to take a kill and try to take a tower. Okay, that was lucky. That was lucky. Double damage rune as well as the crit from Loda, and that was just a 2-shot. Jesus, that was a lot of damage. Anyway, and they will get the tower with that as well, even though Illuminate trying to make it difficult for them. The tower not that high HP anymore though, but it will be fortification going off. Might actually be helping to stay alive. Double damage rune. A Bulldog, Illuminate. Yeah, TP incoming. Does he want it? It's in the deny range though. He goes invisible, alive for now. The Klep might be able to do it. There goes the Hand of God. That Drunken Haze upon Aki, and there goes the sandbag tower. it will be getting denied most likely as a stock comes in there, even with the line stealer inside also. So that if they would have stuck around there, that would have been a fight for El Pride again. And they're just trying to capitalize on those kind of things. As soon as No Title tries to go for something, they're making sure that their whole team is there to fight, and that is just El Pride's strength right now. Just team fights, teamwork. They've got the team fights complete. I said it during the draft. They've got basically everything they need for that team fight. And No Title to not having basically any team fight apart from the ability to perhaps survive a team fight with the Hand of God. As Bounty Hunter gonna try to land a Janata there. Still got hit. Shuriken does actually get the kill with that one. And a track kill that was. Fast kill. Third kill of the game for No Title Hunter. As the kills, I mean, it feels like No Title Hunter is a bit behind, but the kills are still fairly even. If we look at the gold graph, also fairly even. It's in favor of El Pride. They, of course, have got 1 tower down, 2 towers down, with only 1 tower down on the side of No Title Hunter, with, of course, the difference being that it's a deny, but it's still a tower. But still fairly even. Experience graph, same thing. It could still go either way. It's just the fact that there's more carries up on No Title Hunter. They basically have this Phantom Assassin that they have to worry about, who's got 2,900 gold. So I'm curious to see what she's gonna go for. Normally you'd expect like a Battle Fury or something like that. But we'll find out soon enough, hopefully. Maybe she wants to go for BKB first, or... well, I don't know actually. We'll find out. We shall find out. Also, I mean, as long as she doesn't pick up anything, she's gonna give El Pride the thought that she doesn't have that much farm. So perhaps that's gonna be there's gonna be mind games going on. A Templar Assassin now finally picking up her Blink Dagger, 18 minutes inside the game, as she still has 2,600 gold there. Actually, wait a second. Oh. Right, I was gonna say, that's a lot of gold. But she picked up the Blink Dagger and then sold it again, decided, okay, I can pick it up in the side shop as well. So that is S4's Blink Dagger being there, as he instantly has it. As in the meantime, mid lane is gonna be Da, who also has a Blink Dagger already blinked in. Is gonna stand here trying to go for something. Eternal Envy gonna get a Drunken Haze. Ice Bet doesn't hit anything, trying to TP out. Bashes will be needed, and there is one, and that's the kill. Soft picking that one up. Hand of God, or Mechanism, I would say, too late. Hand of God not used for those. That are supports as the tier 1 tower gonna get harassed as well. Bulldog, who does go down here, center ward there, of course, helping out, and the tower will drop. And as the last tier 1 tower going down into Chronosphere, locks in Aki supports, and Soul Lane's being picked up one by one as the Illuminate from Android picks up Aki. Gets the last hit for that, and they will pick up the tower here, and it will be a Brewmaster that picks up the last hit for that tower. In the meantime, though, their tier 1 tower bottom getting taken down. S4 picking that one up. 1,200 gold in his inventory right now. Tier 2 tower, El Pride just standing here saying, you can fight us, but we have the team fight and you know it, so you probably won't want to fight us, and we'll take your tower instead. Eternal Envy coming in here. Whoa, a bit too far in, I would say, even though S4 is here as well. Brewmaster uses ultimate. Here comes the Phantom Assassin. Can they find someone on the run, or will their TPs be useless as a Storm Spirit, or the Storm Spirit, it's actually Storm Spirit, will be hanging around there to slow down Eternal Envy. No ice bats for you, and no kills on the back of that retreat for No Title Hunter. And the Brewmaster is back to his former self again. Can they take the tier 1 tower? They want it. It's going to be defended though. But now without the Brewmaster ultimate, they might feel a bit more confident. Double damage used by S4 as well. Coming in from the side, finds the Keeper of the Light. S4 already picks that one up. Down able to back away from that one. Trap still lands. Gonna hit on Xako. Can he chase it down? The track is on as well. But they are not going to chase it. They took the tower, and that's going to be it. And that's gonna be all she wrote there. And as we have S4 and Bounty Hunter, this is the tag team I was talking about during the draft. We haven't seen it just yet, but we might see it right now. There's a Janata, blink in, melt damage, bam, and that track kill. These are the kind of kills that No Title Hunter needs. More gold going the way of No Title Hunter with those, and important kills as well. As well, they make sure that their towers are even once again. All tier 1 towers in the game are now done and dropped. With this tier 2 still alive even after the last push from El Pride. But that is gonna be, at least, I mean, it's still, I mean, it feels in favor of El Pride, but that's maybe just me having those carries up there. But it is it is even, basically that. If you look at the net worth, I mean, yes, this is the semi carry, of course, for No Title Hunter. They're doing okay, and actually, yeah, I like this. So they know that they are out carried, as in numbers for carry heroes that they have, but they think, okay, so what we need to do is we need to make our Templar Assassin into a bit of a more of a carry player also, rather than a ganker. So she is gonna go for a Manta style, and I like that choice a lot. So that's gonna be already 2 carries for No Title Hunter. I say, of course, I mean Bounty Hunter. He is not played as the carry lately. He's played as basically the aura person and the person that lands tracks and gets the gold advantages for that team with that. But he potentially could be doing a good job semi-carrying as well. So No Title Hunter, they have the potential, and they're probably going to try to use that as well. And the longer the game lasts, the more time they have to farm up their heroes, but at the same time, the longer Pride has to farm up their carries as well. And those are actually a bit harder carries than the heroes from the side of No Title Hunter, as Lifestealer has picked himself up a Hyperstone. Secretly, I'm hoping that he's going to go for Mjolnir, but he might just be going for an Assault Cuirass as... oh, it's a TP only. It's a TP only. That's a bit of a shame. TP for the Brewmaster, as he doesn't have one. And that Brewmaster, who has got himself a Vladimir Softring, he's got a Blink Dagger, is probably going for an Aghanims next, just to make sure that he can just throw out his ultimate more often than he can now. And both teams just going back to farming. And I mean, look at the gold split. Like, it is still fairly even. There is 2 support-ish heroes at around the same level, the Sven and the Undying. And then the 2 hard supports, the Keeper of Light and Jakiro, also on a fairly even level. And then basically it's also split fairly evenly amongst the 3 of each team that are left behind on that. But that's quite interesting to see. So still, I mean, the team's fairly even, and it looks like Pride wants to do something about that. They placed a Centaur to make sure that they didn't get scouted out when they smoked up. And they smoked up, might be trying to go for Roshan, or might be trying to go up in the higher ground. And they're gonna find S4. Here he goes. He blinks away instantly. Blink in from da da da, but it's gonna be too late. And they now know, run, because there is people there, and they will be running. Let's see if they can take Roshan instead, though, because that's gonna be the one that they want to go for. They place wards up in the high ground, making sure they see anybody that comes. Ward here also scouting out the area around there. So that's gonna be Pride trying to take down Roshan. Ice Path, Macropyre, Dual Breath, not even Macropyre, just Dual Breath. Tracks going off in the meantime. With the trap there, getting the vision. There's the Macropyre. They're gonna now stand in it to fight it. Roshan is still there, still going for it though. Ice Path again. And here they go. Dual Breath again. S4 coming in there. Blinding Light will help him miss some. As there's a Chronosphere. S4 is going to be the one to drop. Brewmaster picking up the kill. He buys back instantly. Needs to buy back. Needs to come into the fight. And Taco trying to stay alive. Tombstone is already up. Nice Ice Path locks him in though. Bulldog going to try to go for a track kill here. The track is already on. That's going to be the kill. TA picking that one up. As we have Jakiro picking up Stalk in the meantime. And he buys back also. So Faces Void coming back in here shortly. Clap lands on 3. And there is no crits for Load as he dies. And he buys back also. There is Lifestealer still going down. Centaur being placed. They want to go for the Bounty Hunter. Want to have the possibility anyway. That going down now as well. Keeper of the Light. You're going to get chased down by S4. As he has not died yet in this encounter, I believe. Actually, he did. He was one of the first ones to go down. Never mind me. Blinding Light going off. Trap going off as well. Android is going to go down here still. As we have Stalk. He came back from buying back. If he dies here again, that would be massive. The blink after the Time Walk. And that is going to be a kill for S4. No backtrack. Triple kill and a pause coming up from No Title Hunter to savor this moment. I'm doing the same thing, and I'm giving you some peace and quiet for your ears also, as I realize that I've been talking like the entire time. But yeah, great fight for No Title Hunter. I mean, I don't think they Roshan was still up. Yeah, it's gonna be Loda that's picking that up. I mean, if you look at the buybacks, the Dire team did buy back 2 of their heroes, their 2 main semi-carry heroes, Phantom Assassin and Templar Assassins. Oh, Assassin tag team buying back. But I mean, Keeper of the Light bought back, died again. That's not ideal. Faces Void bought back, died again. 2 of their heroes, and still 4 heroes down. Well, for No Title Hunter, I mean, the 2 heroes that died, I mean, both the Chen and the Jakiro not dying. And Jakiro, actually, it was a mistake for Pride to stick around in the Roshan pit so long, because basically, Eternal Envy had the time to land everything he wanted and then some, to try and do everything he normally does. So it is a favor of No Title Hunter once again. I mean, this drops back towards the 0 line. As I did someone say why that was a pause? No, they just paused. Okay, interesting. Is this a tactical pause? Could be a tactical pause. If so, Yeah. Oh, exclamation mark coming off from Loda. And also one from S4. They both blink here. What could there be? There could be ancients. And there's the go. No Tidehunter has done discussing their things. Has done. This could so be a tactical pause though. I wish I could was in their voice chat. And Roshan will drop crits go in the way of Loda. He has picked up his Battle Fury still. Off the bat probably as soon as he had it complete. So not giving away what he was going for until the very last moment. And that's going to be Roshan going down. Phantom Assassin picking up the Aegis. But yeah. Fight not so favorable for... oh, what was the courier doing there? Awkward. Not so favorable for El Pride, but it's merely a setback, as some characters would say. So we will see them trying to get back on top of that virtual horse, as we have indeed got a... it's a shame, but Lifestealer is going to go for an Assault Caress. Cannot have it all. Maybe Mjolnir later on. Who knows? Who knows? Would be doing me a great favor, that's for sure. The Battle Fury was also up on the Faceless Void, by the way, in that previous fight as well. He's got 1600 gold in his inventory. He's definitely not doing bad. I mean, if you look at the net worth, he's still high up there. But with that last fight, I mean, we saw it earlier. We saw it earlier that that Faceless Void, or sorry, Faceless Void, that I explained the gold grab like very even for everybody. But with that team fight, all of a sudden, is no Tidehunter that has the top 3, and with the 3 follow-up being El Pride. So it is, yeah, pulling ahead. And this is the gold per minute, by the way, actually. But the same thing goes for the net worth, about the same, apart from the Templar, the Phantom Assassin. But that is because she had something in the courier, the Yasha was there, so now it's even again, apart from the Lifestealer now ruining my little peach, as he just keeps last hitting stuff to get more gold. How dare he? Chronosphere not only locks in Centaurs, but it does mark the exit, making sure that can get away from that one. 5 heroes here for El Pride. Again, the support comes so fast, and I mean it's not only with TPs, but I mean the Keeper of Light can recall people also, and just make sure that everybody's there. So that Lifestealer, in fact, could just be free farming somewhere, and when the fight starts, he can be TP to the fight by the Keeper of the Light. So it is just mobility all around for El Pride, and just assisting each other and trying to get that team fight going. Though of course last time team fight was going and it didn't really work out for them apparently. And apparently no Tidehunter is late already for their Premier League match, which should be starting at 8. It's versus Pulse, by the way, if you want to check that out after this match. After this match, by the way, we are going to see another StarLadder match as well. And it will be El Pride, the team that we see now, also against Fnatic EU, Fnatic RC, European team. So that is going to be the game that we'll see after this one. As S4 blinks in, gets an open wound, and Massacre will make sure with that S4 will be rocking away from that one again, as the tower is going to get a rest still. And there's no back to protection because the Siege Creep was already hitting on that. Illuminate will go through, trying to take care of some of the creeps and maybe harass Loda slightly. But other than that, it's just a tower. Slowly but steadily gets dropped, and that's the tier 2 tower. First one of the map is going down.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And no Tidehunter now on the way out again. They got what they came for. A Mechanism up on the 10. Power Thread as well. It's got 1600 gold to boot. Might try to go for a Ghost Scepter just to make sure. I mean, both Lifestealer and Faceless Void, 2 heroes that as long as you're in a Ghost Scepter, they cannot attack you, and that's something that you might want to be having there in team fights. Even though, of course, last team fight, Aki didn't die. He was able to use Mechanism and Hand of God without dying. So, we'll see. Jakiro also has 1900 gold. These supports are rich. Holy cow. But also has enough gold for a Ghost Scepter if he wants to have it. In the meantime, Mechanism up on the Radiant side is on Dai, who is of course playing here also as a bit of a support. With the Keeper of Light having 1100 gold, and having a Track, having a Janata, having a Shuriken Toss, and therefore dying. And that's a quick solo kill for Admiral Bulldog on his Bounty Hunter, who has 2900 gold with that kill. And has already got the BKB, which we already saw. And just can continuously pick up those kills. Oh, Courier. No, 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 you cannot chase that. And he backs off again. Chronosphere, though, gets the vision. Bulldog, one hit to it. You need bashes, Stock. Where are your bashes? And there's the clap, and there's the BKB, and there's the time walk afterwards. One more hit, and that will be the kill. Stock picking it up. Ballsy, Bounty Hunter pays for his crimes against the Keeper of the Light. S4 wanted to maybe come in and try to do something, but was too late. Has got his Manta stock complete now, by the way. So, and has a double Devil Rune as well, so could just stand here and try to do something, get something going, but Yeah, it's gonna back off again, as indeed there's those crowds ready now on the life stealer. Tutor Tower gonna get a rest on the bottom lane. There's gonna be supporting coming forward though for the Radiant side. We have got Illuminates going through and Brewmaster getting ready with his ultimate. If he sees a chance, he can just jump in. He needs more though. It's gonna be 3 versus 2 if they jump in now. And this is the one that they're waiting for. Dying, and there's the blink in, and the split, and the TPs, and Aki already stunned up. Ice Bat locks back in some of the Brewlings. Soul Rip going through, Aki on the run, already has used his Hand of God, has used his mechanism, will be going down here, 1 hit, and the Stalk picking up the gold for that one. And will they be able to get more TP out? Was in time from Eternal Envy, and that is going to be the end of that one. As I mean, I said it before, I will say it again. They just make sure that they go for that every single time. StarCraft 2, apparently. That is, okay. Something. Shadowblade by the Bounty Hunter.
Radiant's top tower
And that is something that we have seen before. We've seen it on Boba, actually. I think that was the first one that I personally saw doing it in a competitive match. It just adds so much to that first hit when you jump out of a Shadowblade. It is insane. It's basically having your own little Dagon in a way. So that's going to be a very interesting one, and I do think that Keeper of Light is going to be really sad if Bounty Hunter finds him now. And Keeper of Light himself is actually hiding in his base, knowing that he would be sad if he leaves the base. So he is going to be safe. Which might not be safe is this lifestealer inside the Faceless Void. There he is. He jumps out. Macro Power, Chronosphere. It's all 3 of them. Who will they go for first? Massacre cannot attack though. He's also inside that Chronosphere, and the time walk away from. Stalk just leaves Massacre there, and he's gonna leave him to die, and he is gonna go down. Bounty Hunter picking up that hit. That was just a bit sad. Stalk just left his teammate there to die, but yeah, that was that. As yeah, that was basically a kill for Stalk on his teammate. Anyway, no Titanhunter with that pick off. They might try to go for something. There should be a buyback still on Lifestealer. Actually, no, there's not. He misses some gold. He is too low on the gold, so he will not be buying back. Not possible to buy back. Will no Titanhunter trying to force out to see if he get a buyback, or knowing also that the Chronosphere is off cooldown, knowing that the Brewmaster ulti is off cooldown. Looks like they're not. They don't have the lanes to be in the right position either, though. Maybe they want to try to pick up some more heroes before going in like that. 4 staff up on the Jakiro now. Who scores very effective against the Lifestealer, who is now dead, by the way. And we still have the Ghost Staff trap on the chance, so he took my advice when Keeper of Light. Oh. It was still alive. There was a Sentry Ward also, which is why you could see them, I believe. Yes. No, this is a Sentry Ward, actually. Yeah, Sentry Ward from the Radiant side. And a Sentry Ward to counter the Sentry Ward that is there. So Admiral Bulldog not able to do his evil plans. As a so Eternal Envy wants the counter ward, and he placed it there, and Brewmaster just walked up and hit the counter ward, so that is that Sentry Ward being gone. And it was the last one that he had also, so he now has to buy another one, or just accept the fact that Bulldog is going to be visible there, and that there's going to be vision there. Oh, Shurkenthal, then he doesn't get it this time. He doesn't. He doesn't get it. Shame, but lucky for you. Lucky for you, Android indeed. Stick charges. Doing the works. 800 gold now up on the Lifestealer. They really need to build towards those buybacks. I mean, this is going to be very important in the next fight. And Pride, they're just playing very, very safe right now. As this is a strategy that we've seen more from Pride. Well, strategy more like a way of playing. Very safe, very defensive, and a lot of the games that Pride has been in are very long. just saying. So that you might be prepared for. I mean, it's already 34 minutes in. It's not that long actually, but it could turn very long. And of course, both of these teams have heroes that can make it extra long. So Gem of Truth set is up on the Jakiro now. Didn't want to buy any more wards that might be picked up, but does want to buy a gem. As we have got the Templar Assassin taking out Ancients of the Radiant team, by the way. So they're trying to make sure that they're not going to give any farm away to Pride, as also the Radiant jungle is being cleared out by Bulldog, just denying these creeps. It's not even that, I mean, they already have cleared out their own jungle, but it is more. It's just as important to make sure that their opponents are not getting those creeps, as that they are going to get those creeps. So very interesting players. There is an invisibility rune apparently. There is a Roshan again also in a minute, and it will be a fight over that one again, unless of course one of the teams decides to give Roshan away, which I don't think so, because it's still so very even. apart from the gold graph, which is 12k in favor of No Time Hunters. Of course, after last fight, that is that happened. 12k experience as well. So Elpride definitely shut down right now. The bad position, but one good Chronosphere could turn everything around. And Faces Void, he picked up a MKB, which is of course very, very important to have against a Templar Assassin, just to make sure that that evasion, that blur, is not going to be an issue when attacking her. And it looks like Phantom Assassin might be building for the same thing, in case he's expecting a butterfly up on one of the heroes of the Radiant side. And there we go. Smoke up. Elpride, Roshan time. They see the Centaurs, but they know the Centaurs don't see them. Oh! Misclick from Xako. Now they know that they're there. Now they know that they're smoked off. And they're on the high ground. They've got the vision. MKB now also up on the Templar Assassin indeed. Tracks going off. They have the vision. They know what's going on. And from the side, here comes the Jakiro. I'm not sure if that's the one that you want to see. That he showed himself though, and he's now going to be able to run, force himself forward. Can he get it? Needs to be there. Icepad launches him in. Eternal Envy. Gonna get a collapse. Lands a Macropyro. Lands a dual breath. Basically initiates the fight. Lost his gem though as he goes down. Xako gets picked up on the back. No Tidehunter coming in from the north. Rather, there is a Chronosphere and a lot of damage going through here. But is it going to be enough? Loda already on the way out as the Keeper of Light still drops to the Bounty Hunter. Still again, that's a feud going on between those two. And it is going to be Stalk trying to pick up Loda, who's very low, but Stalk also having to TP out. Melt damage will kill him off. Not even melt damage, just the right click from S4. And there is a tornado up on Bulldog, who's still going to turn around, try to go for Massacre. Melt damage now going through. Open wounds, gonna hit. Massacre goes down. Open wounds, we were on that roll. Bulldog, but didn't help him anymore. And it will be No Tidehunter that takes a Roshan. And in a very convincingly fashion again. Only the Brewmaster able to survive, who gets the invisibility rune. Might try to steal something here, but it's gonna be too late. Phantom Assassin picks it up, and the cheese just lays there, not to be used. Now Bulldog will probably sell his magic stick. As oh wow, he rather uses the TP scroll. He uses the waste his TP scroll because he doesn't have a magic wand. He has a magic stick, so it's like okay. Oh, Gem of True Sight. Hey. Hey, there's a Gem of True Sight here. I wonder whose that is. If they would destroy this, that would be sad. But they're just gonna leave it apparently. Courier might be coming in for it. Oh, Eternal Envy gonna pick up his own gem where he died. Nice for him. What's the Courier bringing actually? Oh, he didn't have it in his inventory yet. Well, the MKB that I said earlier that that Loda would have, he didn't even have that in the previous fight. As Brewmaster just took a very quick dive to heavens or hell. Because a 1-3-3-7 crit. That's always nice to have. No Tidehunter now without the Brewmaster. They might try to go for this, to go for the tier 3 tower. And I do think they will be able to get this. They at least get a buyback from him, which might be the cue to back off. Some more free damage going through as Android comes a bit into close, perhaps. Lands a blinding light though, but Loda popping in on him, and that is Android popping his Ghost Scepter, able to stay alive for now. There's that Bulldog using the cheese, able to stay alive as well. Chronosphere already out, this Keeper of Light still dropped. Icepad, Macropyre, Dual Breath going through, Stalk dies, Massacre dies. And that is going to be again 4 down on the side of Elpride as the barracks get dropped off. The range barracks, melee barracks, wool balls go down, and they will rotate towards the top lane, towards the middle lane. The GG actually gets called. Elpride not able to withstand the power of No Tidehunter right now after having a good start. A very good start even, not able to shut No Tidehunter down enough to try and take this game. And now No Tidehunter, 3 more points go in the way of them, as we will have another game coming up with Elpride, with also Fnatic EU. Also for StarLadder Season 4, my name is Sheever, I am a Ghost of Gamers caster. If you want to support me, please subscribe to my YouTube, which is youtube.com/SheeverGaming. And yeah, stay tuned for another game of Dota 2. We'll be coming up as we see the tower dropping soon, as Elpride is disconnected from the game. And we'll see another game with them in it, see if they can win the 3 points versus Fnatic. Should be an interesting game, by the way. Fnatic, a team that is of course known for their aggression and their big plays and basically their aggression. And Elpride, I mean, how are they going to do against that aggression? Elpride is in theory a very, as I said already, a very safe team. So we're going to see how they're going to be dealing with that. Safety meets aggression. Who is going to be successful? Basically, Fnatic could be hitting their heads against a wall which won't budge, or could just, or Elpride could see their walls being shattered in no time. But we'll find out. We'll find out. Stay tuned for another game of Dota 2 coming up right next, right here. Or Elpride versus Fnatic RC, Fnatic EU, coming up.